Laura, and today I have another TKO video for you, so go ahead and stay tuned. Guys, so usually if you've seen any of my TKO videos, I'll go ahead and link those for you. I'm kind of pitting brand against brand, product against product, but today's video is going to be a little bit different because the two products we are going to be looking at together are from the same brand and they also go by the same name, but they're totally different. So this one we are going to be talking kind of old school, new school, and they are going to be these Wet n Wild eyeshadow palettes, both in Walking on Eggshells. With this Walking on Eggshell palette, it's gone through many changes. They kind of started out with this trio here, and then they went to a quad in between these. I don't have that one. I will try and find a picture online and insert it for you. And now they're in this little quintet, if you will, where there are 5 eyeshadows. So we're going to put these against each other. I am wearing one of each palette on each eye today. I'm going to go ahead and give you swatches, and we're just going to look and see how things compare and which I prefer. The trio, you're going to get 3 shades, of course. You have this shimmery light brown, which they suggest you put in the crease. You have a shimmery pink for the lid. Even this neutral cream shade has a little bit of a sheen to it. So what do you get with the new school? New school, you're going to get not only the shimmery brown, pink, and little pearl essence cream, but you're also going to get a light brown for transition and this dark brown if you want to darken things up or use it as a liner, whatever that case may be. As far as texture, for the trio, these have always been known to be creamy, easy to blend, pigmented. These are, cult classic. With this new school palette, I find that they're a little bit more powdery. They're not as buttery, not as creamy, and they don't pick up as well either. So we'll get to that in a little bit with the swatches, but just know that they are not quite as creamy. I even want to say they're not quite as pigmented, but again, we'll get to that in a second. So let's go ahead and jump into swatches. We're going to go ahead and swatch the trio first. We'll start with each of these. So I'll go ahead and insert pictures or video here as well, but I just want to go ahead and show you this is going to be the trio. Again, pigmented, easily blendable, creamy. If you know, you know. Now let's jump to the new school palette. Alright, again, I'll insert for you, but here on the top are going to be the swatches from the newer palette. And if you look close enough, do those pink shades look different to you? Because to me they do. Again, we've got old school here, new school here. To me, the old school is a little bit more pink, where the new school pink actually looks a little bit more orange tone to me. It doesn't look quite as pink. Definitely pigmentation wise, these are different. To me, the new ones have just a little bit less color payoff as well. With eyeshadows, you can't tell everything by a swatch, because when I swatch these, to me the pink in the new school does not have the color payoff that the old school does. Again, they are not quite as creamy, pigmented. They just, I don't know, in the pans they seem a little bit hard, where the old school palette, they were almost to the point of being crumbly a little bit. As far as appearance goes, I really don't think that you could tell necessarily which one is coming from each palette. I did say earlier in the video that I have one on each eye. On the left is where I have the new palette. On this right eye is where I have the old palette. I don't really see a difference. I was thinking I would be seeing, and I know I keep mentioning the pink. The pink shade is where I see a lot of difference. But when it came to application on the eye, I really didn't notice as much as in the swatch. I think that each palette blended alright. Now, I will say I was kind of digging into this shimmery brown on the new palette a little bit more. On this left eye, it's there. The pigmentation is there, so don't go too ham on it, because then you might have a mess. But you know what you're going to get from this one. You might not know yet what you're going to get from the new school palette, so just kind of be aware of that. So final thoughts, guys. Of course, I prefer the old school formulation, but I do like the packaging and the 2 additional colors of the new school palette. So I mean, you're really not going to be going back to this unless the company decides to do that. So I mean, it is what it is, but just comparing the 2, I prefer the old school palette. If you're still here at the end, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will hit that subscribe and like button before you decide to leave. That way I can see you in the next video. I have all of my socials linked if you want to come see me there. And until next time, bye.